Fucking hell, I look like a vampire. But anyway, Man United have just beaten West Ham United at home, 1-0 from a Craig Dawson own goal. And to be honest, I thought it was more of a West Ham losing to by their own downfall today, victim of their own. Oh, you already messed up the phrase, West Ham, David Moyes set them up for the wrong tactic of just sitting back and not going for it. And when United did score early in the second half, it just West Ham, as soon as that happened, they just changed it and went for it. I don't get the logic behind that. Just play how you played all season. That's got you into top 5 places in the league. I felt it was just a bit stupid from David Moyes today, but he has done a good job this season, to be fair to him though. And there were times where players like Ben Johnson, the young whatever position he is, I think he's left mid, he was being moved all over the place. He at one point he was playing as a centre mid. Another time he was, most of the game he played left wing back. Then he was moved to the right, then to the centre. He was all over the shop. And every 5 minutes you notice him look at David Moyes and he just looked confused. He just didn't know what to do. Like Moyes kept changing it from 3 at the back to 4 at the back. And I can completely understand why he would be confused. But for United, the first half was really dull. There was about 2 chances in it. Both, the first one, Marcus Rashford had to bury that header. It was an easy finish, to be fair. Well, not to be fair, to be honest. it was an easy finish. Just on the edge of the 6-yard box. It should be any striker's bread and butter. And then Mason Greenwood also had a half chance where he forced a save out of Lucas Fabianski, who tipped it onto the post. But that was pretty much it for the first half. Then in the second half, there was a bit of a defensive confusion between Craig Dawson, who I thought didn't play his best today. The ball's come along the 6-yard box. Now, as a centre-back, if the ball's coming along the 6-yard box and you know that you're not reaching for it, because obviously you don't want to divert it into your own net, but if you know that you can get a solid enough contact on it and just whack it out for a corner or clear it you might even get it out for a throw-in, you've got to go for it. And Craig Dawson just left it. Vladimir Kufal has done really well not to to just about get to it and not divert it into his own net, because he was stretching for it. He's got Marcus Rashford running onto it behind him, and he did brilliantly to just turn it out for a corner. But unfortunately, that was the corner that they conceded from, mainly because Craig Dawson wasn't even looking at the ball. Scott McTominay's won the header. It's going wide. It was hard to tell whether it was going in just inside the bottom corner or it went wide, but they've given it as a Craig Dawson own goal, so I think that's what it's standing as. And McTominay just headed it straight onto Craig Dawson's head, and Dawson headed it into his own net. And he didn't have his greatest game today. And then from that point on, West Ham just all of a sudden went into how they've been playing all season. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that they're missing their best attacking player at the moment in Jesse Lingard, just because he can't play against Man United, can he? Because that's his parent club. But I felt they definitely should have went for it more in the first half. Like, we've seen throughout this season that United, although they do go on good runs of form, they are there for the taking. And if you're going to win against Man United, you're going to need to score a couple of goals, aren't you? Because they're likely to score themselves. And West Ham just didn't go for it. I felt Jarrett Bowen didn't really get involved enough today. Mikel Antonio, yeah, he did run his socks off, to be fair to him, but weren't much he could do. And there was times where Victor Lindelof was just strolling into midfield, and that left so much space at the back four, in United's back four, because Harry Maguire hasn't got the pace to cover for him, has he? So there's always an opportunity for West Ham to hit them on the counter attack. And for some, obviously I understand that Mark Noble has been a brilliant player for them over the past, probably 12, 13 years, probably even longer than that, 14, 15 years we're looking at now, aren't we? But he's not what he was 4 or 5 years ago, is he? Even 2 or 3 years ago, he was still very good. But he's not the level of Souček and Declan Rice. And when you're playing Souček and Declan Rice, you don't need another central midfielder, because they cover all that space in midfield. And that leaves the back three, Kufal marauding the right side, who plays on the left side. You've got Cresswell as the left centre back, haven't you, filling in sort of. And that leaves, I can't even remember who plays the left side now. Is it Ben Johnson at the moment? It might even be Ben Johnson. But it leaves more attacking opportunities. Whereas today, they were just relying on Mikel Antonio up there by himself, and it just didn't work for them. But anyway, United are back to second in the table. West Ham stay in fifth. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.